Hello. Early as usual. Making 4 cards are basically the same using the Love and Courage stamp set. So when you hop on, just say hi. Hi, Linda. Welcome. Hi, Deb. Welcome. Give it another minute and then we're going to get started. Thought I heard my front door open. Probably one of the kids from upstairs. All right, it's 8 o'clock. I'm going to flip the camera down and we're going to get started. Okay, just a reminder, World Card Making Day is October 4th. And it's a in-person event. So in other words, you can go on Stampin' Up and register, and then you get the link, and then you can join thousands and thousands of demonstrators and customers all across the United States and wherever. It's worldwide as long as you have the link. And just so you wanted to see it, I just got this today. I wasn't expecting it till Thursday. This is the kit you will get if you want. It's $32. I think I wrote it down. It's $32. Oh, it must be on another one. And it comes all wrapped up like this. This is your card pack. It's 10 cards, 5 designs, 2 of each. You get this sturdy box and you put it together. And like I said, I just got this today, so I didn't get it together, but it is a very sturdy, thick box. So I will put it together and I'll show you on Wednesday before I do my scrapbooking. You get a stamp set, and it's thinking of you, happy birthday, hello sunshine, to and from, thanks so much, and wishing you the best. You get a Secret C ink spot. So I will put the box together, and on Wednesday I will show you the cards. I'll put one of everything together so you can see what they're like. But you need to go on and register in order to get the link so you can join along. And if you want the kit, It's while supplies last, so it's $32. Okay. If you're not working with a demonstrator, like to have the copy of our catalog, just let me know. I will send them to you. We are using the Love and Courage stamp set. And I wanted to point out, if anybody purchased this stamp set, Stampin' Up! Will donate $3. Trying to find the page here, to breast cancer. And I know it's here somewhere. Oh, you know what? It's in the mini. I'm sorry. I'm looking in the annual one. It's in the mini. It's right here. They donate $3 to breast cancer organizations. So for everyone that we sell, they'll donate $3. And they usually do pretty good when they do organizations like that, when they make a special stamp set and donate. They usually do pretty good. Okay, on with this. This stamp set is eight stamps, and I have to tell you, this rubber stamp is gone. We're not going to have this anymore, and I'm kind of happy about that. I do like the Photopolymer better. I'll just miss the cases. That's all. But on my red rubber, I always cut around my images, because when you stamp, you'll get the outer edge a lot of times, and then it messes your stamping, your design up. So I always cut around. When I joined back in 2004, we always had to cut our stamp sets out. They were not pre-cut for us. Okay. For the first one, these cards are basically the same, just different colors. This one is using Blackberry Bliss and Strawberry Crush. Oh, I was gonna emboss it. It is using the 3D Sunflower embossing folder. This is the card. I guess I'll show you that. Okay. So I wanted to show you how I got that here. Because if you look, this is lighter than this one. Okay. I'm going to take my white, Whisper White, it is, ink pad, and bring my paper in here. I'm going to lay this on here, and I'm going to take just the ink pad, lightly go over the cardstock. And I'm using the raised side of the embossing folder when you emboss it. You have a raised, and then you have the deraised, the negative. Okay. Hi, Denise. So I'm just going over it. Now it will dry lighter, but you don't want to press too hard, or you'll get it where you don't want it. Okay, so I'm going to put that aside for a minute, and we'll start with this Blackberry Bliss 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. For the inside, it's 4 by 5 1/4, and I'm going to stamp that before we put it in. Then you need another piece of Blackberry Bliss. Hi, Gina Marie. I just started making them. 3 1/4 by 2 1/4. This would be 3 by 2. Okay, we're going to stamp on that. I think I measured up, right? Yeah. Okay. So for the inside, this is a card I'm doing, Gina Marie. For the inside, thank you for supporting me through my battle. So that is in the stamp set. And the ribbon. And strawberry slush. This one. Oh, need the next one. Okay. And I need Blackberry Bliss. This stamp. I think I did Blackberry Bliss. Actually, I did black. No, that is Blackberry Bliss. It almost looks black. I'm going to bring in my scratch paper to make sure that it is straight. By golly, it looks pretty good. So I'm going to put this kind of up at the top and in the middle. Okay. Close this up so I don't get it anywhere. Bring in strawberry slush. Oh, sorry to hear that, Gina Marie. Our mother had breast cancer, and she had passed, but I don't think it was due to that. I think she had fluid in her lungs, and that's what killed her. Linda would know. I always thought that's what it was, but our older sister told me that it was fluid on her lungs. Mom was a heavy smoker. And that's going to go inside. And then we're going to bring this piece in. And we need the stamp set. And then I am going to bring in this again so I can... Hi, Sherry. Welcome. See if it's straight. Oh my gosh, I'm getting pretty good. And we'll bring this in and we are going to stamp it. And we're going to lay this down. This just fits right on that square. I like this stamp set. Support, strength, heart, faith, resolve, fight, hope, courage, survivor, and believe. Okay. And then we're going to put that on the Blackberry Bliss. Like so. And then we're going to glue this. On the front. Oh, yeah, but got glue on it. Can't move it too much. It wiggles. Then we're going to, oh, let me close this up. Oh, yeah, our mother was a big smoker. That's one habit I didn't pick up. But I didn't pick up drinking either, so I'm a good kid. Okay. Put some dimensionals on these to pop it up a little. Well, I didn't put. And that's just going to go right at the top. But you got to make sure it's straight. There we go. Card number 1. Okay. Like I said, they're based, and this ribbon, now see, I printed this out because I wasn't aware. I am a good girl, Gina Marie. You ask my sisters, they'll tell you. Right, Linda? Okay. I printed out this different ribbons for cancer awareness. Okay. And this color isn't really on there. So I couldn't put it to anything. But on another one, there's different, like heart. Red is for the heart. So that's why I chose red on this one. And this is what it is. Same greeting inside. Okay. So I'm going to put the strawberry slush away and get my real red. Basic white, 4 1/4. Basic white, 4 1/4 by 11. It's scored. You don't have to think about that, Linda. Scored at 5 1/2. Then you have your real red, and it's done with the embossing folder, the sunflower, and we're going to do the white on that too. And like I said, you don't want to go down too hard. Then you'll get the white in between the flowers. You just want to cover that the flowers. Okay? And that will dry. Okay? That's going to go right on the front. Just like that. I'm going to put that on since I'm working on the other pieces. This will dry. Because your white is a craft ink, so it takes a little longer for it to dry. It's not instant like our others. Now, if our other ones are juicy, then it would take a little, if their ink pads are juicy, it takes a little while. See, I flipped that over and that ink was still wet. But I need to clean the stamps. Okay. So we got that on. Same 3 1/4 by 2 1/4 and 3 by 2. This is basic black. This is basic white. I took a strip of basic black and basic white, and I did 3. These are the iridescent. Dots. Iridescent. They're clear. And I'm sorry, my nail broke today, and that's bothering me. Anyway, my real red Stampin' Blends, it dried up. Okay, so I had a red Sharpie, and I used that to color my dots here. Okay, if you have markers, they work just fine. I don't always, Gina Marie, but it's just that I'm using this stamp set more than I normally do. Okay, so let's get started. Let me bring in the Real Red ink pad. I'm going to ink this up. And we're going to lay this down. And then on the inside, I need to get my, see how far down, or, okay, it was like that. So let me bring my Memento Black. Look, I got it on my fingers. Okay. So we're gonna put that right about there. And then a real red ribbon. Right there. Years ago, we did have for breast cancer, we had a bigger ribbon. And I think it had dyes with it. Okay. So we're gonna glue this on. Black matte. Okay. That's gonna go here. Then this, I am just gonna glue on top. This is 3/4 inch. And I have it by 3 1/4, but I'm gonna be cutting that down. And this is a 1/2 inch, and it would be by 3 1/2. But like I said, or 3, I'm gonna cut it down. But I'm gonna glue it on first. Okay, gonna cut a tab up, over, over. Okay, and see, that's gonna slide in here, but this is actually a little too long. I'm just gonna cut that much off, and then it's gonna just get glued down. Yep. So let's glue this down. I'm gonna put it about right there. Just hold it, because only because you're gonna hold it a little longer because of the ink that I put on top of the flowers, and you want to make sure it holds. This gets dimensionals, so we are gonna put some dimensionals on them. And you're gonna lay that on the edge there. About so. Oh, it's good I didn't press that down yet. I want to make sure it's straight. Yep. Okay. Then we're going to take this red heart is in the set. I stamped it and fussy cut it out. We're just going to put that on the edge here. And we'll bring in our red diamonds. I call them diamonds. And we're going to put one. There was 3 different sizes. 2, and I took 1 of each. 3. Okay. That is card number 2. They're very simple, but I think for a good cause. And this would make a good gift for somebody. Okay, for the next one is actually for breast cancer. It's pink. And I did not use the ink on this. And I'll tell you why. 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. This is pretty in pink. This is the embossed side. This is the debossed side. Okay. What I did on here, this is Secret C. It almost looks black, but it's Secret C. And I went ahead and took it over this notch. I did not like it at all. Okay. So I flipped it. So we're going to keep that side there. We're not going to use the embossed side. We're going to do the debossed. And we're just going to glue that down. This is for breast cancer. This is pink. So we'll put that here. And this is 4 by 5 1/2. All my layers on the front is 4 by 5 1/2. Okay. And Secret C, and this is 3 1/4 by 2 1/4. And then my white is 2 by 3. I need to clean my stamps. You wouldn't believe I just cleaned this mat. Now the darkness don't come off. That's permanent. And it's actually a pink. When you get it, it's pink. And you use the black. I did bleach. I put it in bleach and then I put it in some Tide. Okay. All right. So we're going to stamp Pretty in Pink. Let me put this away. Pretty in Pink. And I just want to make sure I got this clean. Okay. Stamp. These new ink pads, the fairly new ones that I just bought, like the ink colors, they're pretty juicy. Stamp it there. Okay. Gonna glue it right onto that. I'm going to put dimensionals on a while so I don't have to do it later. And that one in the middle. Okay, that's going to be in the front. For the inside, we're going to say thank you. No, I need to clean this. I want Secret C. Secret C. This is, it's a dark blue. Okay, you see how there's ink there? I will go in and I will trim that a little. Okay, I did trim it some, but I didn't get in close enough there to avoid the outer. So you don't want to wiggle your, oh, look what I just did. You don't want to wiggle your, you know what? I'm going to fix that. Let me put that over here. Okay. Oh, almost had that on the whole thing. I'm going to get this off of my fingers here. Okay. I'm going to get my pretty and pink. Didn't cover it. That's all right. I'll keep it for in my stash. And then this is going to get on the front. I'm going to move it down a little further than the other one. There we go. All right, there's card number 3. Last one is for colon cancer. Our older sister had colon cancer, and so did my son. But this is for colon cancer. This is Knight of Navy. Basic white. Knight of Navy is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. You need a piece of basic white, 4 by 5 1/4 for the inside, and another one 4 by 4 1/4 by 5 1/4. 4 by 5 1/4 for the embossed layer. 3 by 3 white, 3 1/4 by 2 1/4 Knight of Navy. Okay. So fold this. You know, when you score your cardstock, you do have where you're scored is actually your valley. Okay. And if you would flip it over, you would have your mountain. Okay. When you score, you want to fold on the valley. So, I mean, on the mountain. So you want to make sure at your valley, you're going to score it that way. Okay. It breaks up the fiber when you, let me show you what I mean, to be honest with you, so you can see what I'm talking about. I'm going to score this at 2 1/2. I'm going to use just my bone folder. Okay, this is my valley. Okay, this is my mountain. I am going to fold, this is my valley, I'm going to fold this way. I'm going to fold towards the mountain, because when you score it, where I took my bone folder down and made the score mark, I broke up the fibers in that. If you would have folded it this way, chances are your cardstock would tear. All right, just so you know, you want to fold it this way on your valley. On your valley, you want to fold it away from you. Okay, like that. Because this was my valley, so I wanted to fold that way. Okay, just a little tip for you. All right, I'm going to glue this down first because I'm going to have to clean my stamps again. And okay, I'm going to get my, clean this. Okay, it's clean. Clean this. And clean this. This stamp don't want me to work with it. Keeps falling out of my hands. Oh, sorry, Rosie. I'll show you the cards. Okay, so this one's going to get Knight of Navy. we're going to stamp thank you. And we're going to stamp it at the top. And I need the ribbon. And that's going to go there. Put them out of the way. Okay. That's for the inside. Ah. Maybe I should stop right now before I go any further. Now I got glue on my fingers and I'm getting glue on the card. I'll fix that. Get my eraser and we're going to take that right off. Okay. And I need this. And I need my Night of Navy. I'm going to ink that up. And we're going to stamp it on that 3 by 2 inch square. Okay. Then we're going to put that on the Night of Navy square. Looks good. And then I need some dimensionals. Find some big ones here. Huh. Oh, let me see what's back here. Little. Here's some big ones. These are from Paper Pumpkin. I think these are a little thicker than our normal ones. The ones you get in Paper Pumpkin. They seem thicker. Alright, I'm going to put that in the middle. I have that one up a little bit. I'll put this one in the middle. When I get it straight. There we go. Alright. So now you have 4 cards designed with love and courage. Rosie, these are the cards I did. They all have thank you for supporting me through my battle with the little ribbon in them. On these 2 cards, I embossed it with the sunflower and took my white ink pad over the paper and made them white, the flowers. But they all have thank you and a ribbon. Okay. Alrighty. That's all I have for you. So, but like I said, this kit, I am going to work on that tomorrow. Thanks, Rosie. I'm going to work on this kit tomorrow. I'm going to make one of the cards, just one, because you make 2 of each. But I'm anxious to see what the holder is, because it looks pretty big in the picture. Okay. So I won't put this together. I'll wait till Friday and then I'll put it together so you can see how easy it is to put it together. It all has 3M strips of glue. So, I mean, all you gotta do is just, I guess, open and put them together. You're welcome, Gina Marie. All right, guys. Thank you for joining me tonight. I appreciate every one of you. And like I said, I will be back on Wednesday, Scrapbooking Wednesday. And it is a fall one. And then I have 3 weeks worth of scrapbooking. No, wait. 1, 2, 2. And I have 1 sampler. Thanks, Linda. There's other ways you can use this stamp set. You can just not use the words and just use that as a sunflower looking over a card, you know, at the top. I've seen cards done with that. But all right, guys. Thank you for joining me tonight. I'll be back. You're welcome, Denise. I will be back on Wednesday for Scrapbooking Wednesday. Friday will be some Christmas cards using a new sweet. Which one is it? Ornamental Christmas is the suite I'm using on Friday. I have 5 cards for you, and I'll tell you what, the paper is black, white, and gold. Here's the paper. And they tell you 3 colors, basic black, gold, and white. You can see some of the papers. Well, let me tell you, did you try making a Christmas cards with them colors? I'm a red and green person for Christmas. But I got 5 done, so then I'm happy with them. All right, guys. I'll see you back Wednesday at 8 o'clock.